Welcome back. This is episode 169 of the NYYST podcast. I am your host, Christian. As always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You.
And Stat Guy, Rye.
What up?
Chris is already full beer.
I'm hammered.
We just celebrated his son's birthday. Had a little birthday party for his son, 3 years old. Happy birthday, bud.
Yeah.
You know he's not allowed to listen to it. This podcast, but we'll give him a
Bad
happy birthday. Give him a happy birthday shout out. We have plenty of things to get to today. We'll briefly.
We don't have a lot.
We will.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah. Hey! Listen to our show. That's all bullshit. We want you to stick around for the next hour, but it's all bullshit.
The over-unders is great. I'm saying the injuries are fucking bullshit. And I'm sick of talking about
A lot of people do like the over-unders, I gotta say. I'm getting a lot of good feedback on the over-unders.
So let me handle the intro. I'll get the fans hyped up for the show before you bring them down and be like, yeah.
You hype them, I'll bring them down.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna briefly touch on the Gardy Stalker story. I know it's kind of died down recently, but we do want to touch on it because we do have a little bit of time. Aaron Judge has an injury that could sideline him for the entire year, which is
He got it 3 years ago,
which is friggin' fantastic. And we'll do the rest of the over-unders. But first, we have a request to get this out of the way early here. And your father, he's both of your fathers, right?
Right. We're brothers.
As far as you know, he's
brothers,
right? I mean,
as far as I know,
you guys have
Ryan doesn't really look like him.
No, I don't. I'm also very tall compared to the rest of the family.
Actually, I
so
don't look like him.
Your father is very, very upset that he did not get an apology, and
he's
then
truly, genuinely pissed.
He was very upset.
He complimented me. See, this is how I know he's upset, because he complimented me to lower my guard to get you to do the apology.
Because he knows you're so narcissistic.
I'm very narcissistic.
You need to hear.
He stroked my ego into saying, okay, yeah, now I'll do a favor for you. And you know what, Mr. Stacy, it worked. So I think, Chris, you do need to apologize to your dad for calling him a fucking asshole. And then retracting. And then retracting your apology after you gave it last week.
So now I'm apologizing for my apology?
You should apologize for your apology.
Fuck that. Did you? And he wanted one from you too.
Not from me, from you. You're his son. He doesn't care what I do.
You're like a son to him. He told me.
Oh yeah.
He texted me that.
I don't think he did. So just say, Dad, I'm sorry, and then we can move on here.
You're like a brother to him. You're that old. Sorry, Papa.
All right, Mr. Stacy. That's about as good as it's gonna get. So
that was pretty good.
That was good.
I think you should accept that.
That was almost from the heart. No, seriously, man. I'm fucking sorry. Get over it now.
See, he gets to the point where you can just move on, and then he has to take that last shot where now it's going to be like,
because I'm your son.
And then when I go take my car for an oil change, I'm going to have to hear about this again.
My son called me an asshole the other day.
Can I go off topic?
He's 3.
I'm jumping the gun guy, right?
Yeah.
Is that Herrera guy? Is he on the 40-man roster, or was he a spring training invite?
You can. I don't know. You see his name there on the 40-man roster?
I can't, so that's why I was asking.
Then he's not on the 40-man roster.
But maybe I'm not looking hard enough. There he is. He's on. So yeah, he's on just the non-roster. He's a non-roster invite.
And I'm like
hearing a lot about him.
Yeah, well, he might.
All right, go back to.
He might need to serve a purpose for this team.
Switch hitter, you know.
In real life or in baseball?
Yeah, both.
Should I walk out now or just or wait around?
I'm drunk and everyone was warned.
I don't think anybody was warned. Okay, so I don't even know where to go from there.
Yeah.
I apologize to my father. I really mean it.
And apologize to the fans.
No.
Well, all right. You told them this show was bullshit, so I'm drinking White Claws. I don't know why.
You've had a few.
Well, I tweeted earlier this week that I was going to need to get drunk on this podcast.
Did you?
Yeah.
There were some fans who wanted to drink along with you too.
Yeah, they did. I told the guy, "You ready to get banged up on a Monday morning?" And I said, I'm going to need to be drunk on this podcast to get through talking about Aaron Judge breaking his rib in September. Yes, yeah. Ryan.
We should do a tailgate episode one day where we're all drinking and, live tailgate episode.
Well, maybe before, I don't know. There'd probably be too much to do it before the event in July.
Yeah, if you can't make it, you could join us on the pod.
So we finally found out what's wrong with Aaron Judge. He has a stress fracture of the first rib, which apparently happened in September. I mean,
are you frustrated?
do I want to yell right now? I mean, your wife requested that we not get too loud, and if I get on a roll...
But why are you so frustrated? I thought you're like the voice of reason. No?
I'm frustrated because I'm frustrated at him, and I'm frustrated at the doctors. I'm frustrated at a lot of different things right now. I'm frustrated mainly because... And I tweeted this also. I said, yeah, Next Man Up was cute last year. It was fun, but I don't want to deal with that this year. I don't. I wanted this Yankee team to be a juggernaut and just steamroll through everybody.
Not going to happen.
No, now we got to do Next Man Up. And everybody is like, oh, it's okay, Next Man Up. No, it's not okay. It's not okay, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not. I don't want to see the second wave, if you call it that. Everybody was it was fun. I get it. Yeah, and Talkman and Urshela and Estrada and Ford and all those guys. It was fun. It got us to 103 wins. And you can't bank on that. And everybody's like, oh, we won 103 games last year with all these people injured. I can't bank on that again. You can't.
I know.
This was supposed to be the year. We went out and got Garrett Cole. This was supposed to be the year.
It's like that bad dream you get when you can't get somewhere. And you ever have that dream?
Well, I had a dream last night that the Yankees started the season 0-4 and lost all 4 games to the Astros.
And Yankee Twitter blew up.
I didn't really. I wasn't on Twitter in my dream.
No, you never had that dream. Like, I always have a dream. I'm trying to get to a baseball game, right? And I'm running late, and I get like halfway there, and I forget my glove, and I have to turn around.
Yeah, I've had those.
And then I like keep driving again. I forget my bat, and I have to turn around. And I never get to where I need to be. That's how I feel when it comes to these injuries, because there's nothing you could do. There's like nothing we can do, and it's the most frustrating feeling in the world.
Here's where I'm going to be a little bit reasonable here, and because people are coming out and saying, "Oh, how could you have 3 guys? How many guys? 3 guys that are injured from injuries last year." I get it. I'm frustrated too, but I understand to a degree how this happened. James Paxton, that kind of gets a complete pass from me. Because
you're sympathetic to back injuries.
Well, that and because he was on a course of treatment, right? Mm-hmm. He was. I mean, they didn't want to rush him into surgery. It sucks that they came to the conclusion that he needed it and it was going to sideline him into May. But, I mean, it's not like they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
The Sevy thing, I understand how they missed it. But being that it's a pitcher and it's a forearm, maybe you should be a little bit more proactive in that situation.
Maybe.
And start examining things. But then again, here's where I'm not going to completely flip out about it. He still would need Tommy John surgery. He still would need to be out all of 2020.
There's just still an incompetency there. All right, and that's the frustration.
And here's, if you're going to let me fucking finish speaking, and even if they found it in October... Brian Cashman, when he was on the radio, said that we're still probably looking at the same time frame for him going to get Tommy John surgery. So I mean, if you can look, you don't want to believe him? That's fine.
No. That's just not the frustration. I don't give a fuck what the timeline is. My problem is that this is happening now with how many fucking guys, right?
No, it's happening with how many guys. Oh, we would have caught this earlier. Then
No, that's not my frustration though. My frustration is why the fuck is this happening? And now it's not just happening with Severino. It's happening with every player. Why? That's my frustration, the incompetency, the clear incompetency that I see right in front of my face. And you know what? A big part of it, in my opinion, is coming from the players now. Well, because how much did Judge say that he felt it all offseason?
There we go. How much blame goes to the medical staff and how much blame goes to the player? We discussed this, that Severino was shooing away the Yankees when they wanted to test him again. He's like, oh, I'm fine. I'm really fine. You weren't, bro.
I think a lot of it has to do with the player. And I think that when you have this player under contract, there's so much that you can control. And I think the team, the organization, the staff has to do a better job.
And here, Aaron Judge, right? Everybody wants to. Oh, he broke his rib in September. How could you?
You knew he was hurt.
He knew he was hurt right away.
He knew he was hurt when he made that dive. I knew exactly the play he was talking about, and we all texted one another. We all said it. We said, "Oh, Judge is hurt."
But what were we? 10 days away from the postseason at that point?
Yeah, but he just winced. Like, he gave that.
Mm-hmm. But here's where I disagree with the fans, right? You can't say that he's glass, and you can't say that he's soft, and then not go out there and say, this guy kept his mouth shut because he wanted to be in the lineup for the postseason.
Yes, I agree. Look, I'm not the type of person who's calling anyone soft. I'm not. I just want you to be healthy when you can be healthy.
Here's where I don't like what I respect the hell out of him for fighting through it and wanting to be in the lineup in the postseason, because if he would have said something and he would have got shut down in the postseason, he would have been raked over the coals.
Especially after they lost.
Right? But here's where you got to open your mouth, bro. And I love Aaron Judge, and I still, even, God forbid he even misses this entire season, which we'll get to in a second. I still think that there's enough talent in him where he can be an elite player going forward, and I'm not going to change my opinion about that. But this is where you got to step up. You can't just say, "Oh, I thought it was going to go away." In November, whenever that was in November, when he started working out again and he started going in the cage again, and you still felt it, that's when you got to step up and say something. Yeah. That's when you got to be proactive as the player, because again, I'm not really sure how much contact the teams have with the players in the offseason, right? Mm-hmm. That's when you got to step up and say, guys, you know what? The Yankees knew that he hurt himself some way, because apparently I read something that he had some type of shot after the injury.
Like a cortisone?
I don't know if it was a cortisone shot, but I remember reading that in one of the articles yesterday that he had some type of shot after the injury. So he had some sort of treatment for it. But, dude, when you still feeling it in November, December, say something. Yeah. You got to say something.
Yeah.
He did get a cortisone
shot?
No.
So you continue after receiving a cortisone shot?
Yeah.
Is this current? That's 6 hours ago. Okay. Because I saw shoulder. I didn't know if that was...
Yeah, man. I mean, you're getting a cortisone shot. That's not like a quick thing. No, cortisone shot is like a serious fucking shot. I've got.
We talked about that last week. It took me like 2 or 3 days to feel the effects of it.
I think you have a limit on how many you can get throughout a season.
I mean, look, a cortisone shot.
Really after like the second or third one, it's not even effective anymore.
You're really fighting through something for a reason. Like, you're fighting through some pretty big pain to get through the postseason or something, right? That's like what you're getting. Who was the infamous
cortisone?
No. Who was it? And maybe the two cortisone shot thing is new, like if there's a limit. But I feel like there was a Yankee that every other week.
Jason Giambi.
Was it Giambi? Yeah.
Yes. Now I have a question.
And you were just like, he just got a cortisone shot every other week.
You can say that last year he was keeping the injury because he wanted to ultimately contribute and help the team. But now can you say he's hiding the injury because he's worried about his financial situation?
No,
and how it will affect his money? Because if you think about it, though, he's going to be a free agent when he's 30 going on 31, and his birthday's in April. Are these the years, these next 3 years where he's arbitration eligible, are these the years where he has the best chance to make as much money as possible?
If you were talking about any other player, I might say you were on something. I'm not saying you're wrong, but for Aaron Judge, I just don't see him being that player. Mm-hmm. I just don't. That's why I love him.
My mindset is, if I'm feeling pain in my head, I might say, dude, I shouldn't really say anything.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not going to take the voluntary MRI.
But I genuinely feel that he's not that guy.
No, I don't think this was money. Right. I don't think this was money.
I hope not. But you think about, like, why? What's the point of taking an MRI if you feel something as a player? I wouldn't want to take one because there's I wouldn't want to have an MRI if I'm a player on a contract on a 1-year deal, because how can I possibly benefit from that MRI?
No, you're right.
Well, he's not on a 1-year deal.
Well, he's on a 1-year, $8.5 million deal that they settled.
But he's under team control.
Right. No, he still has 3 more years of arbitration to deal with. But does he not do that voluntary MRI because he knows if they find something that's not going to look good for his future?
No, I don't think personally.
Dude, he's going to be 31 as a free agent.
I understand that, but I don't
say no. But
I can say no. I can have an opinion and tell you no.
What I'm saying is you can't definitively say no, he's not. But if you want to talk about why you genuinely love Aaron Judge, you genuinely love him because he's not that guy. He's not the guy who's doing that. He's not the selfish player.
I don't think this was money motivated. I think this was being on the field motivated.
Right. Thought it was a good thing.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from.
You got to talk about it.
Because I disagree with you doesn't mean that I don't see your point of view. But
because I don't think he's that kind of guy either. But you think about it is a business.
The Yankees revamped the medical staff, the training staff, whatever they did in this offseason, and people are like, "Oh, look, they still missed this." I've been down this road, and I'm not saying that I'm Aaron Judge and a famous baseball player with a medical team around me, but I almost had a colonoscopy done because of a hernia, because they couldn't find the source of the pain that I was in. I had a hernia. They couldn't figure it out, and they were sending me for all types of friggin' tests because of where the pain was. Mm-hmm. So I get it. I understand from personal experience how these types of things get missed. And then you hear, stress fracture in his rib. How'd they miss it? Well, then, the information trickles out that when this rib gets fractured, the pain radiates into the sternum, which causes pectoral pain, and into the shoulder, which he had shoulder pain. So they're doing all types of friggin' tests.
But Christian, here's my problem. It's not that. Let me ask you a question. When you had the groin injury, when you didn't know what
pain in my groin, that's why they couldn't find it.
Okay, when you had the hernia, how excruciating was the pain?
It was pretty bad.
Okay, you do labor, right? I mean, did you stay home from work at all?
No.
No, you kept going.
Yeah.
Did anyone advise you to stop?
I could have if I wanted to.
Did anyone say, listen, Christian, we don't know where this pain's coming from, but if it's that bad on a scale from 1 to 10,
again,
was it a 7? Don't fucking do anything. Don't you think if Aaron Judge was feeling this pain, someone should have said, hey, listen, dude, we don't know where it's coming from, but maybe don't swing a bat?
Maybe they shut him down when he got to camp, didn't they? When they found out.
But why is that happening in camp? We all know these guys go all year long.
Oh, my. Again, we just had a fucking conversation about this, about how he didn't say anything. He said, I thought it was going to go away.
Okay. And then so he didn't tell anyone. He didn't talk to anyone, Christian. He didn't say anything to anyone, and they didn't advise him to not do anything.
Ryan, look this up, please. Because
was he taking BP? Was he fine?
When he was on his own, he was swinging the bat.
Yeah. Who was throwing to him?
These guys don't have their own personal trainers? They don't work out on their own?
And the personal trainer didn't tell him, hey, maybe you should take it easy.
So the personal trainer's a friggin' mind reader now.
All I'm saying is, why is this going through so many people? And it's just fine.
Nobody said it's fine.
He's telling me that he's had discomfort, but he's still doing everything he does.
So if the
That's
Yankees,
a problem.
So if the Yankees are under the impression that the cortisone shot knocked it out, they don't hear anything from him until he gets to camp. How's that on them? Sometimes you got to open your mouth and say something.
I'm blaming Judge too. Yeah, I'm blaming Judge too.
It wasn't discovered until this week.
And they didn't know anything after September? We didn't hear about this?
I mean, they knew something was up in September, but
so
they didn't find it.
He had the cortisone.
After they lose, in the playoffs, they don't circle back? Hey, maybe we should figure out what's going on if it's still bothering you?
If he doesn't say anything, he got a cortisone shot. You still got
to circle back.
Maybe that's why they got rid of the training staff then. Maybe they weren't doing their follow-ups.
Then that's a problem.
Well, then he fired the whole fucking training staff.
Okay. So then good for them. If that was the issue, then good for the Yankees.
Hey, guys, maybe if we circle back to some of these things, they wouldn't be an issue. But maybe that's one of the reasons why these guys are not working there anymore.
I want to hear that from them. I would actually feel so much better if they came out and said that. That's what frustrates me, man. Where does this go? It just disappears? People just forget. They clearly knew. They clearly knew when it happened, right? Because Aaron Boone said what? Aaron Boone said what?
What did he say?
What did he say? He said he has a fractured rib, and we think it's from what?
September.
From what, though? He mentioned where he thought it came from.
When he dove for the ball?
Okay. So it had to have been, after that happened, Judge had to have immediately talked about pain.
Did you not... Here, you're going to aggravate me now because I don't think you're paying attention to the conversations we're having. So if he had a cortisone shot after he dove for the ball, he didn't walk into a pharmacy and say, hey, can I have a cortisone shot?
No, I understand. But what you're not understanding is we're all smart enough to know that cortisone doesn't do anything but mask pain.
So they did do MRIs.
So why is this not? Why is this not being followed up?
Because maybe they didn't know at the time that he broke something. You want to say that he should have had a test done at that point? They wouldn't have found anything.
They've done MRIs on every single part. He said on every single part of my body, and everything came back clean. So it was pretty frustrating. This happened in September. We got October, November, December, January, February. We got the pictures, and it came back that it looked like it was healing up.
I have a doctor, right? I have a doctor that if I feel pain in my back, you know what he does? He goes, that could be coming from your knee. That could be coming from your hamstring. That could be coming from this. Who is one of the guys who got fired? Maybe the guy who is diagnosing what's going on? Because this seems like the problem. This seems like the guy who's the problem.
Yeah.
Not being able to find where the pain's coming from. Because every injury that we're frustrated about is because they couldn't find where the pain was coming from.
You want to go out there and sign $300 million pitchers. You don't have money for MRIs, so they were probably only taking tests on places that they were having concerns over.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying I understand.
Let me tell you something. I'm more frustrated with Sevy. Because your pitcher is having forearm problems. You're not checking the tendon in your elbow? Come on.
Yeah.
That one is more egregious than the Judge one, in my opinion. That's worse to me than Aaron Judge. It is.
It's way worse. It's not even a question. Like, the more you think about the Sevy bullshit, the more it frustrates you. And it doesn't matter the timeline. Sure, it would have been the same thing. Who cares? But he shouldn't have been still throwing on it. Like, you should have had this taken care of.
They would have let him pitch. Even if they knew about it, he would have been pitching anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. But, like, what I'm saying is you should have known. It shouldn't have been like, hey, now he's feeling pain. Hey, guys, you're going to get Sevy in 2020. Oh, wait, now he's feeling pain. It should have been after the season. Guys, listen, this is really frustrating, but Sevy's going under the knife. He needs Tommy John. We know it. He's had this pain. We got him checked out. It's done. Not, forearm again. What could this be?
Yeah,
it's fucking frustrating, man. I'm frustrated.
I think it's a joke. I can't wait till there's more injuries. You're the only one that's frustrated here.
I just think some people are frustrated for stupid reasons. Like you said, like timeline stuff. When could this have been taken care of? Stop worrying about that. Let's worry about why it's coming to the point it's getting to. That's my biggest problem.
And as I said, I understand how things get missed because I've been personally down this road. I understand it. But again, maybe people that are in charge of Major League Baseball players should have that in the back of their minds.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm not a Major League Baseball player. You were referring to you don't have the staff to do this and that. But that's another thing. Like, you're not a Major League Baseball player. So if your fucking groin hurts or whatever hurts, they really don't give a fuck. They have no, nothing behind. They have no money behind you.
Yeah. Right.
You just show up and you're like, oh, my ankle hurts. They're like, okay, take Advil. See ya.
Okay. I wonder what kind of doctors you go to.
I'm just saying that's you. You mean nothing to them. You're a fucking number to them.
Yeah. They want to charge.
Aaron Judge shows up. And there's a lot more behind that.
Clearly there wasn't.
That's the problem.
Maybe they were treating him just like everybody else that walks in on the
people,
street.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the people he's showing up to are being paid by the New York Yankees, by an organization.
You would assume that he's seeing the team doctors.
So I mean, this is his career. This is what the Yankees are paying him for. Your job isn't paying you to not get groin injuries. They're not paying for your doctors to find out what's hurting you for you to do your job. That's a problem.
Okay.
This is a big problem.
They still were testing what he said was hurting him.
Okay. Is it my job when I go to the doc, my throat hurts. It's probably strep. You're going to want to check right here. And I'll do and you can put the thing down.
So if Aaron,
and you're going to want to take the swab, and you're going to want to do it and send it out.
So Aaron Judge is going to walk in there and say, "Oh, my shoulder hurts, but maybe check my ribs."
Aaron, can you actually pick up a bat right now and swing slowly and tell me where in your swing does this start to hurt? Where in your throw, or where when you catch this does it start to hurt? Oh, it could be this tendon coming in here. It could be the rib. If it's anywhere right here, we're going to actually check it out. The whole fucking thing, Aaron. Come on. Why are we making excuses? It's bullshit. It should have been fucking found. And I don't care what the timeline would be in anything. It shouldn't have been him showing up to fucking spring training in 2020 after Brian Cashman signs the biggest guy in the market. That should not be when this fucking comes out. I'm sorry. Whether that's Judge's fault or the Yankees' fault, it does not matter. It should not have come out when it did.
Okay, but it did.
And that's a problem.
Okay, well, again, I'm not going to pull the full blame on the medical staff on this one.
No, neither am I.
Part of this is the player's issue.
Yes. 100%.
And you want to appreciate the toughness of a guy trying to grind through something?
Sure.
But it might have cost him into his season right here.
Oh, I think he's done. I'll tell you right now. I'll be shocked if we see Aaron Judge in 2020.
Well, it takes apparently 3 to 6 months for that.
And how about this?
Fracture to heal.
And how about this? Oh, he's fine. It's no big deal. Shut him down for a day. Yeah, he's going to stand in the box and not swing, but he's fine. We all knew he wasn't fine. Why are we being told he's fine? We're the fucking New York Yankees. Let's start acting like we know the injury is going to be something serious now. Come on. And now what? We got Sanchez fucking hurt?
Well, I mean, the Yankees don't get the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Why should they?
I mean, I'm just assuming that he's actually dead.
Me too. And you know what? They don't just like the Astros don't deserve anything after the cheating. They don't deserve any benefit of any doubt, nor do the Yankees with injuries.
Because if you just read Sanchez he's a little sore, he played 2 days in a row, first time this year, you're just like, okay, no big deal. But because everything that's happened in the last 2 years,
yep,
you automatically have to go to the worst case scenario.
He needs spinal surgery.
I know. He's probably dead, though.
Yeah. So it's just a cover-up. I agree. It's frustrating, man.
And if you really want to know what's going to really frustrate me right now is the fans that decided they were going to boo Sanchez in a spring training game.
Why is that?
Because he had a few passed balls the other night, so he got booed.
It's fair.
And he's not really hitting right now.
No, it's fair.
So he got booed.
Yeah, I think he has 1 hit in spring training.
Well, the spring training games, they affect now where you start in the standings, right?
Apparently.
Fair.
So Gary Sanchez.
I really hate.
So Gary Sanchez, who is working on a new catching stance for many different reasons, for pitch framing and
to be better,
and to maybe be a little bit more flexible behind the plate, you're going to boo him in basically what is practice.
So the Yankee fans have taken it now to another level. Now we're doing stupid bullshit in spring training. We're not even waiting for the actual season to start anymore.
When I saw that, I didn't even respond to it because it's absolutely ridiculous.
You should I don't even want to talk right now about it.
I don't care
about what you should do if you're one of the people booing.
I honestly don't care if Gary Sanchez went 0 for 30 in spring training. It literally doesn't matter to me. I don't care if he gave up 40 pass balls in spring training. It literally doesn't matter to me.
Did they boo Cole after 4 home runs?
Oh, no, but I saw tweets where we need to be legitimately worried
by legitimate people saying it
about Garrett Cole. Meanwhile, here's what you don't know about Garrett Cole. He had the flu going into that start. Okay, that's number one. So
Corona
you probably
or flu?
No, he classified it as the flu.
As flu? Okay, not as scary. Because it doesn't have a cool name, right?
I had the wrong ear in.
Because it doesn't have as cool of a name, so not as scary.
Okay, so
he was the flu.
He was sick going in. So he was probably a little weaker than normal, right? Okay.
Weak.
Okay. He said that he was working trying to exclusively work on his fastball. So, a veteran hitter like Miguel Cabrera is probably aware of something like that and waiting for a fastball.
Also, that game played like the London series. That ball was carrying out
because the winds were carrying the ball out.
Yeah.
Also,
it was not. That's not how a regular season game.
But we need to be legitimately worried about whether or not Garrett Cole can be an ace because he gave up 4 home runs in a spring training game.
I will say one thing though. It's definitely not a concern at spring training, but if Garrett Cole is going to struggle, that's going to be the reason why. Because I looked up his stats. Last year, he allowed 29 home runs for Houston, and that was the second most he allowed in his career.
And he had the lowest ERA in the league.
Right. So, yeah. But now he was playing in a ballpark most of the time, Minute Maid, that catered to the right-handed hitter, and he's a right-handed pitcher. Now he's going to a ballpark at Yankee Stadium that caters to the lefty, and he's a right-handed pitcher, and right-handed pitchers don't fare as well against lefty hitters as righty hitters. So you could see him giving up a lot of dingers, but like you said, Christian, his ERA was the lowest it's ever been, so ultimately
honestly,
it doesn't truly affect his numbers.
It goes both ways, right? Like if Giancarlo Stanton is going to give me 38 home runs and 100 RBIs, I don't care. Sorry, I should have just said, if Stanton's going to give me 100 RBIs, I don't care if it comes from doubles, home runs, whatever. He's giving me 100. Same thing goes with pitchers, right? If he's going to give me a 2-point whatever ERA, I don't care how he's giving up those runs.
Absolutely.
It could be off 100 home runs. I don't care.
Yeah, because I think Verlander had the same issue last year. He gave up the most home runs he's ever allowed.
Like, that's my problem with people. My problem is, like, what is this? If you want to simplify baseball, Christian, what is the most simplistic thing you could talk about in a hitter? What do you want him to do?
Create runs.
So if someone's top of the league with creating runs or producing runs,
whatever you want to say.
Why do you care?
Get on base, score run, drive in runs.
Why do we complicate it? Why? I just never understood that.
And you can't overanalyze spring training.
It came down. That's really what it came down to with the Judge and Altuve 2017 year. People were overcomplicating things, and then you really go back and look at it, and you realize even after overcomplicating everything, he got snubbed. That he even had a better WAR. People just try and complicate this game, this sport. Just same with Cole's ERA. It's a great point because it could end up being an issue, like you said, being in a different ballpark.
Garrett Cole gave up 59 earned runs last year. If he gave up on those 59 earned runs on 59 solo home runs, do you care?
No. I couldn't care less how he fucking gave it up.
The fact that he allowed 29 home runs and only 59 earned runs is ridiculous.
Crazy.
If he walks out there this year with a 2.5 ERA, 210 innings pitched, strikes out 300 batters, but he allows 59 home runs.
Hey,
is that going to bother you?
You know what that tells me? He even gives up his runs efficiently.
Yeah,
right? He fucking gives up his runs efficiently.
He had his lowest whip last year, too.
Come on.
He goes out there and he gives up.
He's like, you know what? I need to give up a run here.
1.2 homers per 9.
Hit a dinger.
Yeah, let's say he goes out there and he gives up 2 solo home runs in every start, but doesn't allow another hit.
It's great
in the entire game.
Great.
I'm fine. I will sign for that right now.
Would you rather he walked guys in? Would you rather he walked the bases loaded and gave up a couple singles?
Guarantee you, Garrett Cole gives up 2 solo home runs in every start, but doesn't allow another base runner the entire game. I'll sign in blood.
Absolutely.
Why do you care that he gave up 59 solo home runs?
Couldn't care less.
If he's going to be that great. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter that he gave up 4 home runs in a spring training start. If you're overreacting to that, you need to find other things to fill your time right now. You really do.
Yeah. If it's May and he's doing that, then yeah, maybe you could
Even if
say
he had a
something.
start in May and
he
did it.
Dude, trust me, I know. But it's at least more excusable than a spring training start.
Garrett Cole goes out there and has 10 starts where he's pitching to like a 0.8 ERA and he goes and gets rocked in the 11th start. You're going to flip out about it? The guy's allowed to have a bad game. Mm-hmm. Even though he's getting paid $34 million this year, whatever it is, he can have a bad game. I mean, geez, everybody's got to calm down. He had a phenomenal year last year. Ryan, show me a game right now where he gave up 6 friggin' runs.
He allowed 8 runs in a game, 6 runs in a game, and that was the most. Nothing over than 4 after that.
I mean, come on.
That's 2 bad games.
You gotta everybody's just gotta calm down about spring training.
Yeah.
And I tweeted this also. I would be more worried about Montgomery giving up 4 home runs than I would Garrett Cole. Montgomery's a guy that's got to show that he's healthy and can take a spot in this rotation. Garrett Cole's a fucking ace.
Yeah, listen, when you're
he doesn't have to prove. I'm sorry. He doesn't have to prove. Just to finish this point, he doesn't have to prove anything to me in the spring training. Montgomery does have a little proving to do.
Put yourself in their shoes, right? I mean, just for a second. If Garrett Cole has a fucking 15 ERA, gave up 100 home runs, would you even think about him not taking the ball on opening day?
In spring training?
Yes.
I wouldn't even think twice about it.
You wouldn't even fuck. You should actually be fired if you thought about it.
The only thing I would think about is maybe I should send him for an MRI, but we know how those work.
Yeah. But if he came up to you and he was like, Skip, I'm just trying to work on some different shit, bro. I got this. Did you see me pitch last year? I got this. I'm just working on shit. Would you trust him?
Absolutely.
Okay,
that's what
now,
I brought him here for.
If Montgomery came up to you and he had the same ERA, gave up a fucking billion home runs just like Cole, and he was like, Skip, I think I got this, man.
Yeah.
It's been a year. I've been hurt.
He hasn't really pitched in 2 seasons, right?
What are you saying?
I think maybe you should find out where your favorite rest stop is in Scranton, PA.
Right. So Garrett Cole's spring training, there's 2 different spring trainings. There's one for yourself as a player, and there's one that takes a course for the organization. Jordan Montgomery is having spring training for the organization. Garrett Cole is having spring training for Garrett Cole. No one else.
I think Brian Cashman saw that start the other day. And
Brian Cashman probably doesn't even know that Garrett Cole took a start yet.
I think he does. I would say
really
that he probably knows that. But you think that he's sitting there saying, wow, I really regret this signing.
We shouldn't have signed Garrett. That was a bad move on my part, and we have 9 years to deal with it. But
I have my Jeep back.
Yeah, it's like preseason in football. There's guys, veterans that
they don't even want to do
to
spring training in preseason in football anymore.
Get with the motions, and then there's guys that are fighting. They're not working on sequencing. They're working on getting a job, and that's what Montgomery's supposed to be doing right now.
I'm gonna get another beer.
My star players.
You want something?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
The star players. This is what I'm looking for: staying healthy, getting your work in. That's it.
Yeah. Figure out what you got to figure out, and then that's that.
And then Garrett Cole tells us that he's working on his fastball. Okay. You mean to tell me that he's going to go into a spring training start, a regular season start, just exclusively throwing fastballs because he's got to work on something?
Yeah.
No, he's not going to do that.
No.
He might go into a start saying, you know what, I'm going to establish my fastball in the first inning. He might get rocked, give up a couple runs in the first inning, but you know what he's going to go and do in the second inning? Not throw his fastball. He's going to go to his other stuff.
I will say, though, if there is any player that you want to look at what he's been doing in spring training and say that this looks good, but you can't take anything from it, is Jonathan Loaizaga. I've really, really liked what I've seen from him, but he's also facing guys that aren't really MLB ready.
These are the types of guys that you're looking to see what they're, like a guy like Herrera might open some eyes, might make a roster because of it. Like Eric Kratz, a Josh Tolle, an Ionetta type that might stick around to be the third string catcher. Those are the types of guys you're looking for. Even if you want to say Tyler Wade, did Tyler Wade take the next step?
Clint Frazier, Andujar.
Yeah, Miguel Andujar even. But
it's people with question marks that you're worrying about, not your ace.
A guy like Gary Sanchez, right? He's been in the league. This would be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This would be his 5th year in the league, right? Mm-hmm. But to me, at this point, he's a veteran now.
Yeah.
I don't care what he does in spring training. He's there to work on stuff.
Yeah, you just come on, guys.
Ryan, while Chris is doing whatever he's doing, bring up. You and I will just discuss the story, and then we'll get into. Just bring that up, the Gardy Stalker story, real quick, because it is a few weeks old now.
I mean, it's pretty crazy, dude. Filed the restraining order now. So when was that? That was, that was
it's about a month ago, February 17th. And here's the funny part is that people found her on Twitter. This woman.
Yeah, I looked her up right when I read the story.
And she kind of got a bunch of follows out of this.
She did.
The woman is clearly crazy.
Yeah, don't fuel that fire.
Gina Devish Shyam.
Nice.
I believe Gardner filed an order of protection against her in a Bronx civil court back in February. In case you're unfamiliar with the story, Brett Gardner. What did she say here? Ryan, read the story.
Look, this is what she said. I request the court to grant me access.
This is the accused stalker saying this.
Her statement. I request the courts grant me access to the stadium, Yankee Stadium, in accordance with MLB fan policy and also in accordance with significant other of MLB player Brett Gardner. She wrote in the lawsuit, according to the news outlet, I am a Yankees fan and also the future wife of Brett Gardner.
Now, does it say the part where he signals to her the sex signals?
Well, she also claimed that Gardner makes a sad face during home games when she's not there, and that after 3 years of romancing online, she started going to games because I see that Brett desires this.
Wow.
And then, there was something like she was claiming that he was pointing at her in the left.
She in a
stands.
home now?
I don't actually know, but this is kind of bizarre here.
When he plays, he signals. They have their own signals, first of all, for pitch type and all that. And then there's another thing called romantically and sexually signaling towards me. That is how our relationship has progressed because he has started sexually signaling toward me.
Did he let his wife know?
Clearly not someone with a sound mind.
Yeah, I'm sure his wife knows that he filed a civil. So she sued the Yankees, right? This isn't pretty much how she sued the Yankees or Major League Baseball because she wanted same access as the players' wives. My
wife thought someone broke into the house just now.
Why?
She heard someone walking around downstairs.
Well, who was it?
It was me.
Oh. So
this lady's out of her fucking mind. Wow.
How many followers she have now, though? 859 followers.
Yeah, she had like 12.
She has more than that guy, right?
Yeah, I think she had like 25 followers before all this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So can we get her on the show?
No, we don't need to.
This was the first tweet I saw when I looked it up because I saw the name in the article, so I looked her up on Twitter to see if this was her. And the first tweet I read was "Happy Valentine's Day, Mia Moore, Gardy."
Don't read the tweet under it. Just read it, and then it'll give you kind of a...
Read it in your head.
Yeah, read it in your head. Don't read it out loud, because I don't really think we need to go there. No. Yeah. But it kind of gives you an idea of where her brain is.
Yeah, I mean, she's all over the place.
Check when she joined Twitter.
I tell you at the top. 2013.
July, 13.
We got to check out her company.
So... I mean,
if that's a fucking successful company, I quit life.
Anti-aging products she sells.
I'm telling you right now. This was probably a fucking whole thing for her company, man.
It could have been.
Good. All publicity is good.
But why Brett Gardner?
Why not?
She gets. I play hard, guys.
Maybe she
Brett
heard.
Gardner's hot, dude.
Maybe she heard that.
Like
your wife has had a thing for Gardy for how many years, bro?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the ladies love me. Guys want to be me. What can I do? I'm Brett Gardner.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know what the more bizarre thing in Gardy's life has had happened to him. The stalker, the fact that he had banned Aaron Judge from his house from eating his kid's candy. So.
Yeah, this is a close second, but I still say the Judge candy thing is, I'm still not over that yet. So I might have to put a restraining order on him down there in Holly Hill.
Did you know there's a Holly Hill in Florida?
Yeah.
I was close to it.
Yeah.
I was in Florida this week.
That's cool.
For y'all who didn't know.
Were you by spring training?
No. Oh. I wish I was.
Where are they playing in Clearwater?
The Yankees are in Tampa.
Tampa. Cool.
You wouldn't win anyway, even if you were like down the street from it.
Yeah. Actually, last year when I was there, I texted Ben Heller, our boy.
Hey, what's going on?
Because I thought I was going to...
He's hurt too.
Is he hurt again?
It's something, I think I read
in
something.
His glute?
No. Are you just saying that to be an asshole?
I thought I really read that.
I think it's his back also.
It's great.
But just to put a bow on this, the whole Aaron Judge thing, the Yankees, the there's really no. They're going to go back in 2 weeks and check him again. I mean,
I really, honestly, Christian, I don't give a fuck.
That's good. I don't care that you don't care, but I'm going to just hash it out because that's what we need to do on this show. Okay. So you can go jump out the fucking window for all I care right now.
Really?
Yeah, you could. Just to kind of work through where we're at here. You know, they're going to go back in 2 weeks, and what are they going to find? That it's still fractured? I mean, does anybody really think it's going to be healed in 2 weeks?
It's literally just like a fucking Hail Mary at this point.
I mean, the best case scenario is that he doesn't need surgery. I mean, if they go out there and take the rib, you're not going to see Aaron Judge this year.
That might not be true.
No, I think it is true. I think I heard enough and read enough yesterday when this.
Here's the best case scenario. Okay, Aaron, it's still healing, so that's good. Now we're gonna see out 6 weeks and see how it does. Now we'll check it again in 6 weeks before you pick up a bat. That's it. It's just gonna be a matter of fucking segmented weeks of when he can do tests again. Oh, we start with 2 weeks. Won't do anything. Oh, looks good. It's healing. We don't need surgery. But now what's the waiting game? Regardless. Now it's what, another 6 weeks? Then we'll check it again? See how much it's healed? Just a waiting game until he can pick up a fucking bat again. That's what it comes down to.
Okay. Are you done now?
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to, we're going to play a waiting game here and hope that he doesn't need surgery because, I mean, if we're going to go down that route, we won't see him this year. Yeah. So if it's going to heal on its own, you hope best case scenario, I would say mid-June would be the first time we see him this year.
Do you think this locks in Clint Frazier for a roster spot? I think it kind of has to. If Stanton's kind of his injury's lingering, and then you don't have Judge, you don't have a true right fielder. I mean, you wouldn't with Clint Frazier anyway, but he is a right fielder, right?
Well, you're gonna have Gardner obviously
Center.
Gardner's gonna make the team, right? You're gonna have
Talkman,
Mike Talkman. You got. What is he going to be? You want to say Talkie's your left fielder and Frazier's in right?
Can I be honest with you?
No, I don't.
If Clint Frazier doesn't make the team after all this, let's just get rid of him, please. For nothing.
I think this could be the reason you don't see them get rid of Clint Frazier.
If
Stanton and Judge keep getting injured, they kind of would benefit them to keep Clint Frazier.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a legitimate player.
He's a great offensive guy. So I was kind of going through the 40-man. I mean, not the 40-man, just what the opening day roster would be, and it kind of looks like Frazier is forced. They're forced to put him on the roster. So
I think he should be there. I can't imagine the Yankees going with somebody else, especially like Miguel Andujar, which from what I've been reading, is that the Yankees feel more comfortable with him in left field than at first base.
Oh.
So,
yeah, we'll see, but who knows?
I don't know. It's just, as I said earlier, it's just very frustrating that you wanted this to be the season where this team was. Not that you're ever going to go through a season 100% without guys getting banged up and missing time, but you're taking major blows to big parts of this team right now, and it's not how you wanted to go into the season.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost feel like maybe you could feel better about it if you had a definitive answer on Aaron Judge. Like if the Yankees came out and said, "Yeah, he's done for the year," you can just. It sucks, but you can get over it and move on and find out.
Still have over-unders.
Yeah, we do. And you can move on and figure out where to go from there, like with Severino, right? But it's almost like the Yankees are still dangling this carrot in front of you. That's like, he's not gonna play right now, and it's just kind of keeping this hope alive. And you would rather just, if he's not gonna play this year, you almost would rather him just rip off the Band-Aid now and just this way in March you just put it out of your brain that you won't see Aaron Judge this year.
The good thing is, though, that they do have an extra roster spot this year as opposed to last year, and that's going to make a big difference in terms of having that extra depth up there.
Yeah,
when
that's
these
probably
guys get
another
injured.
reason why somebody like Frazier will make the team.
Yeah, because it's got to be 13 position players, 13 pitchers, 26-man roster.
And then we'll just wait till next year to see what's going to hold them from the lineup. It just seems every year now, just something else with all these guys.
If I was a betting man right now, I would probably take, unless some miracle happens, that Clint Frazier is going to be in the opening day lineup this year.
I'd hope so. I mean, I hope he's our best option at this point.
Because if Stan's ready, they're probably not. They're probably going to put him. If he is, though, they'll probably start him as a DH every day.
Yeah, he won't be.
I still think this team is fine
I still think
with the injuries. But it is deflating in a way that it's happening again, and it's not
it's
even
what
April.
Christian said. He tweeted it the other day. Tweeted it.
it.
They're just not going to steamroll like they should, man. This team should fucking steamroll.
They still could, but it's just not.
Nah, they won't.
It's definitely. I mean, they still could.
They still could.
But again, like I don't want to lean on it. Like, oh, they did it last year.
Yeah, like Christian said, it was actually a great tweet. Remember, fucking next man up. Like that was great last year. Do we really want to be? Do we really want to be fucking hashtagging next man up again this year? No, I'm sick of it. I want the man up. I want the guy we fucking have been waiting for up.
Right,
man.
All right, so let's get into the over-unders here to close out the show. We'll do part 2 of our over-unders here. We're gonna start it off with Masahiro Tanaka, and again we got the numbers from Fred's projections on Baseball Reference. So that's what we're going with, and a couple of the players. They're going to be skewed due to injury, but there's really nothing that we can do about it. So
we wouldn't have a segment since the whole fucking team's hurt.
Tanaka, 4.45 ERA. The fans went overwhelmingly under at 92%. Stat guy Rye, we'll start with you.
I'll give him the under there. I mean, he had a 4.45 ERA last season. It's the second highest in his career.
What did he have last year?
4.45.
What did he have the year before?
3.75. But he's on a contract year.
I can't believe
so
he had a 4.45 last year.
Yeah, he went on a stretch last year where he started to struggle a little bit.
That London game really didn't do him any favors.
That was very inflating.
And then didn't he have a game in Boston where Boone?
2 of them, I think. He had 2 in Boston.
He had the the London game was against Boston.
Yeah,
right.
He
Then
gave up 12 earned runs against Boston in London. That's fine.
No, was that the London game?
Yeah, right, July 20th.
No, that wasn't the London game.
No, I apologize.
He gave up like 7 in the 0.2 thirds of an inning.
He allowed. No, wait. What month was the friggin' London series?
Just look for a game where he didn't even make it out. It's right there.
June 29th was the London
right
game
there.
because the Yankees won that game. 17-13. Yeah, he gave 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning. The game where Boone just let him out to dry was he gave up 12 runs in 3 1/3 innings.
So you take away
Boston.
you take away those 2 games. How many innings were those, Rye?
It was 4 innings total.
Yeah.
4 innings and how many runs?
18.
Oh my God!
It's probably more in runs.
Do you realize how much that is?
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot.
We're talking about like, oh my! We're talking about like close to 40 runs, 40 ERA. That's crazy. Wow. So you take those away, he actually had a really good year.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to take the under on that?
Nah, I took the over.
You're going to take the over?
Yeah.
So you think he's going to suck this year?
No, I don't think he'll suck. I think he's going to be regular Masahiro. You thought he was good last year, right?
I thought he was solid for the most part.
I'm just going to take the over, man. I think he's going to hover around 4.75.
That's not good.
It's not going to be bad.
No, it is. When he's pitching close to a 5 ERA, that's going to be pretty bad.
I'm just going to take the over.
All right, I'm telling you, if he's going to pitch to a 4.75, that's pretty bad.
We'll see.
This is a number that's sitting like right in the middle of where I don't know. It's hard with him because somebody brought this up and it's true. He's kind of got a little El Duque in him that he kind of gets bored in the regular season, but then he shows up in the big game.
Right.
So, Ryan has a good point there that he is in a contract year. So is he going to be a little bit more focused, trying to make what would probably be his last run at big money here as a major league pitcher. It's possible, but
I just don't think I think he's another guy who's not money driven.
yeah,
The guy's got a 1.76 postseason ERA.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I think
all
this
I care about.
I think this guy just wants to win a World Series.
Yeah.
To be honest.
yeah, but
He
he's
allowed more earned runs in that one game against Boston than he has his entire postseason career.
It's crazy.
again, he's pitching for something though. He's not going to be. He's making $20+ million this year, or whatever it is. I'm sure he's not looking out there to stink up the joint where he's going to be getting like $4 million offers. So I'm going to take the under on this one. I don't know how much under. I don't know if he's going to be a sub-4 guy, but I think 4.45 is a little high, and he didn't have those 2 games which kind of really blew up his ERA, so I will take the under on this one. So everybody, the fans, Ryan and I are under, and Chris is over on Tanaka.
What was the percentage on that one?
92.
Oh, wow.
Now we move on to Clint Frazier, over under 13 home runs. The fans took the over at 84%. We'll go with Chris here. Start with him.
I think I voted under, but it's going to be over. It really has to be. By the way, before we get into that, you take away the Boston games, one in London, one when he got shelled over the 3 innings. Did you say it was 4 total?
Yeah, because he pitched 3 1/3 and then 2/3 of an inning.
Do you know what his ERA would have been last year?
What?
3?
3.64.
Wow.
Go back to, can you bring up Masahiro again?
Yeah.
I just want to see what his best ERA was in a full season.
Was 2.71 in his rookie year.
That doesn't really count, though, because he was
That's
hurt.
20 games, though.
If you look at a year, I guess 2016 would be his best year because he made 31 starts that year, and that was his career high in innings.
I mean, we're
innings.
talking about
3.07 ERA.
We're talking about one of his best years if you eliminate those games. That's how good he was. I mean, he really was good last year. I'm still taking the over. But I just wanted to point that out. And I'll take the over on Frazier. I think it by default. Again, a lot of these are by default at this point. I think by default he hits more than 13. I bet the under at the time because I don't think Judge's shit was too serious.
No, because Frazier poll went up on Tuesday. We found out about Judge on Friday.
Yeah, so you got to take the over.
He had 12 last year in 69 games. Yeah, I would take the over, too. I see him actually maybe playing a lot this year.
Yeah, again, 13's kind of just like sitting right there because he played 69 games last year. Do you see him playing more games this year?
Yeah, I don't know. That's so tough.
Well, you have Aaron Hicks due to come back.
No,
so.
you
Well, remember when
he still would need a right fielder in that.
remember
case.
when Frazier came back, how cold he was after his injury? Remember when he got injured too? He
had a
came
nice
back and he
stretch
was cold.
at 1 point last year.
He was ice cold for a while.
I don't know. It's I'll take. I don't know. I'll take the over, but it probably won't be much over.
I mean, is Clint Frazier playing 100 games with this team this year?
I don't know. Do you want? I mean,
No.
If you see Clint Frazier playing 100 games this year, what does that say to you?
That's Stanton and Judge, one of the two.
Says
Didn't
the
play
Yankees
at all
are
this year,
fucking
probably.
desperate, dude, because I love Clint Frazier. I think he's a great hitter, but we all know how bad he sucks in the outfield. Maybe he's better now. But we know what we do know is how much the Yankees fucking hate him.
Is everybody taking the over on this?
I'm taking the over,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm taking the over.
I have to. If it's under and he's going to play as many games as I can calculate in my head right now, man, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, again, I don't want to be one of these guys that'll be like, yeah, it's over, but by 1. But it's probably being that.
It'll probably be right there.
It'd probably be in like that 13 to 16 range.
I think 16, man. That was in my head.
All right, so everybody's over on Frazier for 13 home runs. Gleyber Torres, 32 dingers. The fans went over 74%. I'll take the lead on this one, and I'm actually gonna take the under on this. And it's not that I don't. And again, like don't want to be the guy to be like, yeah, it'll be just under. But I think maybe he'll sit in that 28 to 31 range this year. But as strange as this might sound, become a better hitter because he still was a guy that hit. What did he hit last year? He hit like
278.
I think he might creep to be more of a guy that hits closer to 300 as he because again, what was one of the things we said about Gleyber Torres? He still kind of needs to master the strike zone a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think the on-base percentage goes up. I think the batting average goes up, and maybe a little bit of the power goes down. So I expect a fucking great year from Gleyber Torres, but I'm going to take the under on 32 home runs this year.
38 was a lot. And how many did he have against Baltimore?
40? Yeah, 40.
So, I mean, he'd probably have to really, like, have the exact same season against Baltimore. No, that's not true. I take that back. But I don't see him going over 32 this year. I see, like you said, Christian, maybe he'll be more of a contact guy this year, so that power number might dwindle a bit, but he'll be right around that number, I think. Fred's on there, I think.
I got under.
I'm going with push. I'm going 32 even this year. Like that, Christian?
I did.
No, I don't because it wasn't an option, but I'll let you slide on this one.
It should have been an option. You should have put halves.
Yeah, I'll slide.
If you weren't gonna have that as an option, you should have put halves.
Okay. Are you done?
No.
Because what did we take the numbers off? Did he put 32 and a half home runs on this?
Mm-mm.
It's Fred's fault.
Everything's
Fred
Fred's
wasn't
fault.
doing fucking over-unders.
I blame Fred.
I'll take the under on this. I actually like Christian's logic here. I wasn't thinking that. I just don't see Torres as that kind of a power guy. Like, I think 38 was a lot of juice ball stuff. Don't know what kind of juice balls are going to be out there this year. I'm going under. I'm thinking he's going to hover. What was it, 32?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see him as more like 27, 28, which is beyond what you would even need.
Let's see. All right. How many do you think he had against Baltimore last year?
13?
Yes, 13 even. 13. Almost half of his home runs.
I think
No, it was a third. If you
to go back to doing math.
It's a third of his home runs, but close, Ryan.
Oh, no. I was thinking he had 32. My bad. Damn, he had 38 home runs last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so everybody, we're all taking under.
Under.
I'm pushing.
Ryan's pushing. And then the fans went over on that. This one
Was it overwhelmingly over?
Gleyber was 74% over.
I think you're being biased, fans. But I
don't think he's hitting 40 home runs this year. I mean, if he is, that's great.
I hope they're right.
No, the number was 32. So, yeah, I don't know. He hit 38 last year.
Your math, dude.
Definitely possible. But,
Seriously.
now we're on to Aaron Hicks here, 386 plate appearances.
Can I go first?
The fans went under at 86%. The 14% of you that went over, please check yourself into drug rehab.
We just got done talking about shrooms before we came on air. Maybe you're taking them because it's going to be way under. Way under.
I don't expect to see Aaron Hicks.
0.
By some miracle, I wouldn't expect to see him until the trade deadline.
I'm fucking drunk right now, and I'm saying
Really?
0.
Ryan, do me a favor. Bring up
Yeah.
Didi Gregorius from last year, please.
Yeah. Also, Aaron Hicks is only...
Because it's the same injury.
You said 386?
Yeah.
He's only had over 386 twice in his career.
And you think a year
Wait,
he
who
had
am I looking up now?
Twice? Are you fucking kidding me?
Twice.
Man, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're wrong about this guy.
Didi Gregorius had 344 plate appearances last year.
And he came back healthy.
And he came back way earlier than anybody expects Aaron Hicks to come back. So I don't know where they got 386 from. They probably did not. I mean, they had to have known that he had Tommy John surgery.
This was before they knew about Tommy John. This was just expected. Because he's fucking loser. That's why.
386 plate appearances is about 97 games. Yeah. Which, if he didn't have Tommy John surgery, that might be a good number.
That would be right on par.
But with Tommy John surgery, that's a big under. Ryan, you want to add anything to this?
Nope. Under.
Everybody's under on Aaron Hicks. And Chris might be right. I would even be inclined to take 0 on that, but no. I would, like I said, the earliest
under 20
at bats. No, I'm going to take the over. I'll take the over on that. Here we are, and this one finished in a dead tie.
Heat.
Oh.
Dead heat.
Gio Urshela.
But the over one, you got to say the over one.
I guess I don't know. I don't know how they decided that, but 283 batting average for Gio Urshela. It went 50-50, and it was an even number, so it was actually 50-50, but Twitter decided that the over won. I don't know, maybe because the over was listed first.
Fate.
But
they know.
I'll start with Gio. Again, I feel like this is a good number. Like, this might be like right where I expect Urshela to be. I don't what did he hit last year?
314.
I don't think he's going to hit 314.
Well, you know what?
Year.
And let's just take away last year, right? And let's just talk about Gio from what you know of him before last year.
Yeah, but you got.
And someone told you, hold on, and someone told you he was going to hit 283. Would you be happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Christian, again, you're dead on. Like, this is even saying that this is where he should be is saying something. Like, that's a compliment to him, because before last year we would say 283 for Urshela. What, are you out of your fucking mind?
Last year was really the first time he ever got a real chance to play.
I'm not saying last year is the exception, but I also don't think I think he played above his.
No, I do too. And I'll take the under on 283, because even if he hits in the 270s, I think with his defense,
I took the under.
I think you take it.
I think the under. Yeah.
You don't want him falling off a cliff being a 230 hitter, 220 hitter like he was previously. But if he sits in that 270,
275.
If he sits in that range, I think you're golden with Gio Urshela.
275, he pops you a few home runs.
Do you see him playing 132 games this year?
Yeah, I do.
I'm betting on Gio then, because if he's going to have another year where he's getting a full season.
But dude, 275 to 280 is great.
Great. But I'm giving him a 300 average this year.
So you think
I'm banking on him, because he came out last
Gio's
year.
A 300 hitter.
He came out last year. He played 132 games. His rookie year, he played 81. That was the most he's ever played before last year. He finally got a chance to do it, and he looked good. It wasn't cheapies. He was a very good hitter last year in big spots. He came through. I'm going on Gio.
Betting on Gio?
You know what, dude?
Over.
You just fucking pumped me fuck up. I'm going over also.
Let's go.
I change. I think he's over 300.
Oh, that's good to see that you can be easily convinced.
Yeah.
Ryan just pumped me up.
It will be interesting to see how he handles the possible competition with Miguel Andujar, because if he is struggling early, they might end up changing.
I'm not really sure what competition there is, because it seems like Andujar's playing way more left field than.
Yeah, so you don't see him playing. So if you had to pick a position,
shut the fuck up.
Other than DH, that Andujar play, I know. That Andujar plays his most games at, you would say what position other than DH?
Designated hitter.
I gotta go. I don't know. I mean, let's just wrap up Gio right now, because Ryan again jumping the gun here. So
at least
Chris went over, Ryan went over.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the fans were a dead heat, and I'm taking the under. So
that was that was like a very logical vote from the fans.
Miguel Andujar, 285 plate appearances. The fans went over at 79%. And just to give you a frame of reference, 280. What do we say? 285.
Yes.
285 is approximately 72 games.
Dude, it better be over, or he better not be part of this team.
I mean, if the only way he doesn't hit that number for me is if he gets injured.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Stanton playing. Oh, no, I see Stanton playing. But one of Stanton and Judge is going to miss probably a significant amount of time this year.
I'll take the over, because I don't know. I'll take the over. I just don't. I think that he'll play more than 72 games this year. I mean, I don't know where he's going to get his at-bats from, but I could see him. If that's why he's playing left field, they'll work him in, DH, left field. Maybe if Gio needs a day off, he might play there a little bit. The fuck are you doing? This is the last time you're allowed to drink on the pod.
Same.
I think the number really depends on Giancarlo Stanton's
Same
health.
what, you fucking idiot?
How many? What are you even drinking now? Miller?
I had 5 Trulies and I had 3 Millers.
So that's 8. That's 8 in total. Pretty good math there.
Are you done? You're an embarrassment
Because if
to your race. You really are.
I think Andujar benefits from Stanton being healthy.
You're an embarrassment to your race and your gender. And to
Because-
you and to humans everywhere.
Who are we talking about now?
You are an embarrassment.
Yeah, we're talking about the over-under?
Yes.
It should be over.
Because if
It should be, but are you saying that it is?
Yeah.
All right, now you're done talking. Ryan, go ahead.
I feel like if, say, Judge is out for the year, let's just say, hope not, knock wood.
He probably
And
is.
Stanton's healthy for the year, knock wood. He's playing right field every day, and then you need a DH, and you're going to put Miggy in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even.
Oh, don't call him Mickey, okay?
Yeah.
You know, can I get off a sidebar here? Shut the fuck up. Seriously. If you're one of these people on Twitter and is like, don't ever refer to Miguel Andujar as
Because of
Mickey.
Miguel Cabrera?
Oh, shut up.
Fuck you.
Because what? The first guy that ever came along who's named Richard went by Richie. Now no one else can go.
Richard.
Nobody can go by Richie now.
Or Dick.
That guy was a dick, yeah.
Or Dick.
Come on, let's relax here. If his teammates call him Miggy, okay, so that's what I'll call him too. Okay, so let's drop the elitist nonsense or whatever it is you want to call it.
Word.
That nonsense out there. We can't call him. Oh, there's only one. No, there's not. There's only one Lawrence Taylor. So like when Damian Tomlinson got called LT, that was wrong. Miguel Cabrera.
So it's a double standard then.
Miguel Cabrera.
Is Higgy okay? Because we
Oh
call
yeah,
him
Higgy's great.
It rhymes, but it rhymes with Miggy.
But Mickey is short for Miguel.
Higgy Smalls.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a common name. So one guy can't own a nickname on a common name. LT's a little different. It's somebody's initials, and brand it somebody. You know what? Forget it. Who cares? Do what you want to do. I don't really care.
Over.
Chris is drunk. He's an asshole. Well,
Over.
you just got to get this show
I'm really
over
not
with.
drunk. I'm just kidding.
If you had 8 beer, 5 and 3,
Yeah,
you're drunk, dude.
You absolutely are because you were
You don't
drunk
drink a lot
you
either.
You were drunk off half of Angry Orchard last week. So
I was only
drunk.
joking.
You were definitely drunk.
Jules. You drink.
You had to go there.
I was only joking last week, 2 weeks ago.
So what do we? Everybody's over on Miguel Andujar.
Yeah.
I feel like this went off the tracks here. Let's just move on here.
Okay.
Zach Britton, 3.45 ERA. The fans went under 89%. If the fans that went over, I mean, do you just expect the guy to be the worst pitcher in Major League
Seriously.
Baseball this year?
Seriously. Imagine he's 3-4-5. What was the one last week?
It was
Ottavino,
it was about
3-4-1.
Yeah, it was about the same thing.
Yeah, they're both over.
I mean, this is definitely a hard under for me. I mean, what did he pitch to last year? He was
191.
Yeah, I mean, you want to say that he's not going to be 191 again?
He's totally under the radar that we have Zach Britton on this team
Yeah, it's crazy.
because we had him in 2018, but it was his first year back, right, from the Achilles.
Under.
This guy's really. This is his first true full. I mean, I guess last year.
My problem with Zach Britton last
he's
year is that
healthy.
he walked too many guys.
I can't wait for this next one.
That was early on, I feel, in the year, too. He did walk a lot. Wow, 32 batters walked as opposed. God, what was his next career high? 21? 20? No, he had. All right, whatever. But he walked a lot of
wait for
guys.
the next one.
Well, the last time he, as a reliever, he never walked more than 23 batters in a season. So 32 is high for
Starter
him.
his rookie year. Yeah, I'm taking the under.
I mean,
Guy's a stud.
if you're expecting Zach Britton to go out there and pitch that, same thing we said with Ottavino, that's not good.
Well, Fred probably is because he projects Chapman only saves 22 games, so you can't save games. And
that's
Britton sucks.
not good. Like if you're telling me that your setup guy is going to have a 3.45 ERA, it's not a guy I'm trusting to be out there to get me big outs in the 8th inning. So no, I'm under, and
under.
maybe not under 2 like
I'm
we
way
said,
under.
like we said with Ottavino last week, but maybe like 2-2.
No, I'm under 2 with him. I'm under 2 with both of these guys.
All right, but not 3, 4, 5 is completely out of whack.
Fucking ridiculous. You got to be on fucking drugs if he's throwing to that.
All right, so everybody's under 3, 4, 5 for Zach Britton.
I can't wait for this next one.
No, you're sitting this one out. Jordan Montgomery over under 4.35 ERA. The fans went under at 73%. And this is another one here where this number, I feel like this week maybe there's more kind of numbers that are kind of like more
Accurate?
accurate.
Do you think it's like right on the line?
Accurate projection?
I kind of do think this one's right on the line.
What was it? 4.8?
4.35 for Jordan Montgomery.
I think they're a run. They're a runoff.
If
5.35?
If you say over, I'm going to
Why
punch
are
you
you
right now.
so down on Jordan Montgomery?
I'm down,
You would
bro.
think that player would be one of your favorite.
No, I love
favorites
him.
on the
I
Yankees.
love him.
He resembles Pettit.
I love him, dude.
Pettit was your favorite.
I love him.
And now you have the new Pettit. I mean,
no, I love him. I love Jordan.
I'm going under though because
Going over.
he's throwing 94 apparently right now.
Yeah, you said that last week.
His fastball is going up. So if he can spot, that's the thing. That's what worried me with that game with the Garrett Cole pairing game where they both allowed a lot of home runs. Garrett Cole can make mistakes and get away with it because of his stuff. Jordan Montgomery was making those same mistakes. It was 83 mile an hour changeups right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
And those weren't even major league hitters taking him deep. Wait until you face an actual lineup. So it's going to come down to his stuff, obviously. But if his fastball's working well and he has that same type of command that he had and endurance that he had in his rookie campaign, he's going to pitch.
You really think this guy's going to be a +5 pitcher next year?
Yeah.
Well, okay, then we're in a lot. We're really in a lot of trouble. Then
I really think.
I don't think Jordan Montgomery's
you're
long for the
forgetting.
rotation.
then he's
you're
not long for the
forgetting,
major
Chris.
leagues because he doesn't have the stuff to be a reliever.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay, well, you hate him.
No, I love him.
No, you
Man,
don't.
I really
you
do.
obviously hate him if you think he sucks.
No.
Yes.
No.
You telling
I can
me?
give. Wait,
I feel
hold
like
on. You're telling me I can't give a true, genuine
So what do you
analysis
love
on a
about him
guy.
then? He
Well,
sucks.
what is your analysis on him then? Why
His
do you
analysis-
see him?
I love him,
throwing
but he
over it?
sucks.
I don't think he's going to come back from this injury. You know how some people come back from it very strong? Some fucking lose their whole career? For some reason, I have this feeling in my gut that Jordan Montgomery is going down the bad path. He's the guy down the dark alley who made some bad decisions.
Oh my God.
Okay? I'm sorry. That's just how I feel.
He's more apologetic to Jordan Montgomery than he is to his own father.
Yeah, it's actually.
Has my
eye-opening.
father ever tried
It's
to win me a
eye-opening.
World Series? Come on, man. Seriously, that's just how I feel about Montgomery, man. I just don't see him coming. He had this fucking interview last year. He's like, well, about to pitch right now, but I don't feel 100%.
Because he wasn't.
So then don't fucking pitch.
But he was coming back from Tommy John
Don't
surgery.
pitch in the fucking major leagues.
Oh my God, dude! He pitched in fucking Toronto the last week of the year. It was
I
basically spring
don't
training.
But what do you want him to
care.
do, Chris? They say, all right, Jordan, we want you to get some starts at the major league level. No, coach, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, how did he look that game,
It
Ryan? Why don't you
doesn't
pull it
matter.
up?
It doesn't count.
Pull it up. Let's
threw-
pull it up.
Well, he
Pull up his
he
game.
started one game this year.
Okay.
He only threw 4 innings. in
4
2
innings.
games,
How many?
3 earned runs.
Okay, I want to know his start.
No,
No, I want to know how his
I'll
start
look it up
went.
for the guy.
That's fair.
He allowed
it doesn't matter. He pitched 2 innings in both of the games that he played.
How
and
many?
and
How
his
many was
2
his
innings,
start?
3 earned runs. Then he pitched another 2 innings that didn't allow an earned run.
But his start was
His
struck out 3 earned
his
runs.
start. No, you dickhead. His start. He didn't actually give up any runs, so you can go fuck yourself on your theory there. Okay, so you can sit this one out. Thank you.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
Sit down.
Sit down. Okay. So I want to know what his start is, but his start was actually
Yeah, because
solid.
that game I think CC started, right? Or Herman started that game, or Green. I don't know.
No, Herman. By the
Never
time
mind.
he came back,
No,
I think
but
Herman was.
The
there was an
Toronto
opener. I
game.
think
The
it was
Toronto
Green.
game is the one I'm talking about.
yeah,
yeah.
but that wasn't his start.
Whatever. Then I don't care. That game.
No, you do, but you can't.
That was the game I'm talking about, though.
okay. That was
When
his
he was
first
like, "Oh, I
appearance.
didn't feel 100."
But it was his first appearance after Tommy John and his only second year in his career.
Yeah, really. The guy missed nearly 2 years.
And think of that, Chris. Imagine you're coming off a great rookie year. You're getting thrown into the fire after a major surgery. You're gonna have some nerves, dude.
Let me tell you something.
And he seemed like he figured it out. His
Jordan
second
Montgomery
appearance.
will pitch to a 6 ERA.
If we're judging last year, I'll judge his second game more than
all
his
right,
first. And it was
let's
2
make,
games,
Let's
dude.
make a bet then.
Do you know who you guys are like?
Let's
Do you
make
know
a
who
bet
you
then.
guys are like this with, though? Luke Voigt. You're both like this. You don't give him any credit. You just think he sucks. He gets hurt. He sucks.
Did I say he sucked?
No. He gets hurt. He's not the first baseman anymore. He gets hurt. He might probably not going to do this. You do that with Luke Voigt, both of you. So this is my Luke Voigt.
I never said that if he was going to be on the field, he'd bat 130 this year.
Right.
You pretty much do.
But this is what you're saying. This is the equivalent of
No,
telling me that
because
he's gonna have
Jordan
a 60
Montgomery
right.
is the fucking end-all be-all for you guys as a plug. As a plug. He's your guy. He's your fifth starter. Whatever.
He's actually
fucking
the fourth starter.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. He's your guy. He did it once. He was fucking out for a whole year.
2 years.
2 years. But he's your guy, right? Luke Voigt does it fucking all year. You deem him the guy. He gets hurt, and now he might not be the guy anymore for you guys. So that's my Jordan Montgomery.
Actually, if you listen to anything I've ever had to say about Luke Voigt, it's because I feel we have other options to take his place that might be better than him.
For Montgomery.
Oh,
too.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have so many. We have so many starters laying around.
In April, do we
for Luke Voigt? Do we?
We
kinda.
Well, last year we thought maybe that we kind of gave Greg Bird the last benefit of the doubt in 2019. Did we not? Did we kind of just say maybe this is it for Greg Bird? And we kind of gave him the last benefit of the doubt.
He's not on the team anymore.
I understand that. That's why I said last year. Okay. And then this year, when we were discussing Luke Voigt, were they not trying Miguel Andujar out at first base?
So Miguel Andujar is the better.
Did DJ LeMahieu not play the majority of the season for pretty much for him last year at first base?
Okay.
Did Mike Ford not come up and hit dingers last year? Did I just not give you 3 options that could play first base besides Luke Voigt?
But they're better. You said better options.
But
you said better options.
For when we discussed the over-under of him hitting 66 RBIs or whatever it was last week.
Talking about though.
Huh?
Back up a little on the mic. Got a little too close.
That's
to that.
not what I'm talking about, though. I wasn't talking about the 66 RBIs. I'm talking about all the other times we talk about Luke Voigt, and you guys are like, well, I don't know. I think Mike Ford might be able to do it.
You
guys do. I'll fucking go back to the audio.
You can't say that about Christian. You could kind of say that about me. I do unfairly critique Luke Voigt in a way.
So I'm that way.
So the guy that I compared to Homer Simpson on the nuclear power plant team is the guy that I think is going to be better than Luke Voigt.
Can we hug?
But my biggest thing with Luke Voigt is that if he's not producing, they have other options to replace him. They could. I think on the last pod that if Voigt's struggling, they're going to move LeMahieu even to first base. They could move LeMahieu there. They could put Andujar there. They could try Ford there. They could slot Wade at second. I love you, Ty. But with Montgomery, who's gonna be the next man up with Montgomery? There really aren't that many options, and
we need a wall in front of us.
And again, that was another thing we brought up. If Tyler Wade can show that he's going to hit regularly, well, maybe you feel better about the infield being Wade at short or Glaber at short, and then or them being the middle infield guys and LeMahieu at first base.
That's what I could see.
That I could see.
So it's not necessarily about Luke Voigt. It's about the situation for Luke Voigt.
There you go. I agree with Ryan on that one. But you were basically saying that Jordan Montgomery sucks.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I never said Luke Voigt sucks.
I will tell you what.
I think there's circumstances surrounding
What's the bet
Luke.
you want to do? Because
if he pitches
because
to
you're fucking a bullshitter. Because I'll tell you why. I remember episodes where you guys are like, nah, he's healthy, but he can't do it. He's not the guy. You both have done it.
No, I think
it has nothing to do with the situation.
I think
Luke Voigt sucks.
If I can recall preseason last year, I questioned whether he could do it again.
And then he did. And then he got hurt. And then you guys were like, nah.
If you go back to the episode where we were predicting the lineups for opening day, I had Voigt hitting cleanup in that lineup.
Did he? I think he did too, didn't he?
Yeah, I had it right. I'm Stack I Rye.
He did.
So I don't think you're right and accurate with that, Chris.
Okay.
I do think I have fairly criticized him in the past, but not to the extent that you're unfairly criticizing Jordan Montgomery.
Trust my gut
if
feeling.
Jordan Montgomery pitches, if Jordan Montgomery pitches to an what do you want to set it?
No. The over-under. No, do the over-under.
No, you said a full point over.
You said a full point.
Okay, do it at 5 then.
If he pitches under 5 this season,
okay,
you have to wear nothing but a pair of sneakers and a tighty whities, wearing a sign around your neck that says "I'm an idiot."
I'll do that
across the George Washington Bridge.
What if I get arrested?
Yeah,
you won't. You're technically clothed, and nobody's going to stop you.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, fine. Under 5. If
what if it's over 5 then?
Yeah, wait, he has to wear a Montgomery jersey.
If it's over 5,
unbuttoned.
If it's over 5, Then I want Ryan to shave his head on the George Washington Bridge.
Dude, what is your obsession with my hair?
What's your obsession with me being naked?
It's not naked.
I didn't. First of all, I didn't suggest this one, so
it'll be completely
Alright,
embarrassing,
deal?
and maybe it'll force you to get into shape.
Deal,
I
Christian.
didn't get in on this. Don't throw me
Come
in
on.
this shit.
Come on.
You make the deal with them, Christian. You're the other guy in this
I already
one.
shaved my head, so what do I?
Well, you got to figure something
Yeah,
out.
come on. No, I want Ryan's head shaved.
Why am I
Oh,
involved
come
now?
on, Mr. Montgomery. Aren't you aren't you like his cousin?
Yeah, but what if he gets hurt?
No. Okay, so that's my only stipulation.
I'm not shaving my head. Chris. That is the one thing I'm not doing.
Part of my downside to Montgomery is that I don't think he's going to stay healthy.
All right.
Like, I think he's only going to throw 2 games. Like, that could be another way.
Chris, I gotta say, you're very optimistic. This episode.
Do you
Listen to
blame
this
me?
epised.
But do you
Nah,
blame me?
You're right. Yeah.
No. I have always felt that way about Montgomery, that he's just not 100%. So you have to also give me games started. You have to also give me games started.
145 innings pitched this year. I think.
No.
What do you mean no?
I want games started.
25 starts.
Okay. So 25, he has to be over 25 for our bet.
No, he has to make 25.
He has to make 25 starts for our bet to even be intact. Deal?
Let me do the math. Let me do some math on this.
I'm not
Make
shaving
it 20. Make it 20.
my head.
There you are.
I think you're better off taking 145 innings.
No. I just want to know when the bet is in place. He needs to start games.
All right. So how many games did he start? 29. All right, 25 is good.
All right, 25.
If he makes 25 starts,
Then the bet is in
and
place.
he's under 5. This is you for being so adamant. Leave Ryan.
Why don't you just do a fine? Why don't then I want you to get a tattoo?
It's in the discussions.
What, you get a tattoo?
Yeah.
No, not what I want you to get.
I'm not going to get anything. No.
You got to get a Luke Voigt tattoo.
Why don't you make me get a tattoo instead? I'll get it right on my ace.
Oh, and it's not going to be one.
Second straight year you're suggesting for yourself to get a tattoo on your bum.
And I'll get a tattoo right on my yeast.
All right, here's this. You have to get, what's his number now? He changed his number?
I'll get his fucking face tattooed on my back.
You have to get Monty 47 tattooed
In a heart.
in a heart
Okay.
on your ass cheek.
Okay, then what if I win?
We'll figure that
Then
out.
you get to take his spot in the rotation.
Yeah.
No.
take his spot in the rotation.
If he doesn't hit 25 starts, then I win. I need that to be part of it. So make it 20 to be fair.
If he doesn't
because
make,
part of my thing is that I think he's also incapable of going a whole season.
he has to make 20 starts for
20.
the bet to be active.
No. 20. If he makes under 20, then I win automatically.
Okay, fine.
Okay?
That's what we just said. If he doesn't make
For
20,
me to win, then I win automatically if he doesn't make at least 20.
look, the bet doesn't count if he doesn't make 20 starts.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That is what this is literally the same exact thing you're saying. You win, the bet doesn't count. It's the same thing. You don't have to get the tattoo.
No, because I want something for you.
No, there's nothing from us.
Yeah, because you're a fucking coward.
I'm not a coward. You're the one that wants to put your money where your mouth is. So go ahead and do it.
Okay, fine. It's on.
Your wife's going to love this one.
I'll get fucking Monty 47 in a heart on my ace.
Okay.
Or on my shoulder blade.
No, on your ass.
Okay.
And it's not going to be one of these office things where Andy had to get the ass tattoo and then they gave him like something cool that he liked, like the Nard Dog thing. No, you're getting this.
I agree.
Okay. So we're on to the last two here, and this one I don't even think we need to
Under.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, jackass.
Hate him.
Well, Aaron Judge, 30 home runs, and I literally posted this probably about 20 minutes before the news of his fractured rib came out. The fans still went over at 51%.
Does Fred have a different projection now?
I don't think it changed.
30.
They don't update things anyway on this.
Yeah,
It would probably take him 3 days to update it anyway. I don't know why he left at this
Probably
point in the show to have another beer, but the fans went over. Chris is under. I don't even care his reasoning because he's an obnoxious fucking jerk off today. I mean, I don't know. Wish this upon anybody but him. I hope he chokes on the beer that he drinks next, and that one that he brings up here.
I'm fine with that.
You fine with him choking on the beer?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So let's see. He played 112 games in 2018 and hit 27 home runs. Do you see him playing that amount of games this year?
How many games?
He played
102.
Go back to last year. I did 2018, but last year he played 102 games and hit the same amount of home runs, 27.
Yeah, and he wasn't right for a while when he came back either.
And he went on a long stretch where he wasn't hitting home runs. Remember, he wasn't.
That's what
he wasn't pulling the ball.
Yeah.
Then he started to really start raking. He hit a lot towards the later half of the year.
A lot of it is going to depend on. No, I'm going to have to take the under on this one because I don't know how much he's going to play this year, and I think even if he comes back, he's going to try to naturally he's going to try to adjust his swing where he doesn't aggravate it, and that might cut down on his power. So, I mean, even like we said, best case scenario, he comes back mid-June. I hate to do it, man, but I'm going to take the under on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the under, just thinking that he's going to miss a good amount of time this year. It sucks. If he plays, I see him going over that, but I'm taking the under.
So based on their projections here, 473 on the at-bats, that's 119 games, give or take. Okay. So you say he's going to miss, I think he's going to miss at least 60 plus games with this, so he's not going to even hit that number. Even if I think we're lucky if he plays 100. He's going to play in that 102 range. So I'm going to take the under on the 30 home runs this year.
Same here.
Which, if he was healthy, I would be a no-brainer for the over, but unfortunately he's not again. And the final one here is not a player because I don't know if
I took the under with Judge.
Yeah, thanks. You said that already
before he stormed off.
Yeah, like you really need that right now.
You want one?
No, I don't.
Have it.
Let him have. Yeah, it's his wife's. He's in the after the next 4 minutes or so. He's his wife's problem. So I really
She's asleep.
Yeah, well, she won't be because I'm sure.
You want to go out after this?
I'm sure you're gonna go and do something stupid to wake her up.
You want to go out?
Nope. I'm done with you.
That's fucked up, man.
No, I'm done.
You can't even let a guy have fun.
You're not. You're being obnoxious, though.
No.
Yeah.
You're obnoxious.
Even Ryan said you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just told me you to let me drink.
Yeah. We hope you choke on that beer.
That's okay. You could hope that.
All right, here we go. Final one. Caesars Palace as of February 10th had the Yankees over under for win total at 102.5. I just rounded it up to 103 because it was the number that they won last year.
Not smart.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not smart.
What do you mean it's not smart?
Because now people could push.
Well, people didn't push. And nobody. And you know how much jackasses these people could be on Twitter, and nobody chimed in saying, "Oh, push."
I'm actually shocked.
Yeah, a little bit, but. And the reason why I decided to round it up is because they won 103 last year, so it's basically over under 2019 win total 103, and the fans went under at 58%. I'll finish. It's last one. I'll go first. I'm going under as well. I'm going to take under 103.
I went over.
Yeah, I'm going to say over. You add an ace. Hopefully Paxton can come back.
You subtract your 6 best positional players, and you get 106.
Well, they did that last year, and they got 103. So
I think they win 106.
With Garrett Cole on this roster, and with this division,
that's exactly why. Ready?
With Toronto's
worse?
on the upswing, and that's it. And
yeah.
Tampa too. Don't forget about Tampa.
Yeah, but hold on. How much worse did the Red Sox get? How bad are the Orioles? The Blue
offensively,
Jays,
yeah.
The Blue Jays
offensively.
Yeah,
are
okay,
scary.
the Orioles were bad, but you still can't expect the Yankees to go 17-2 against them this year.
No, but I just think that when you go down each division, the Yankees are gonna fucking beat up on a lot of teams. They're gonna beat up on a lot of teams, including the Astros. Man,
we're here now, and we got all these injuries. We don't know what's gonna happen in May and June and July. And, And I think they were extremely, a lot of it, you want to say is a little bit lightning in a bottle and luck that they got to 103 with their injuries last year. And I just don't see it. I'm not saying they're going to be bad, win 99, 100 games, but to go over 103, I don't know. I'm just not there.
Let me ask you a question.
And I think 99 to 100 is enough to win the division, and probably by 4 or 5 games.
I want you to think about this for 3 seconds. Like, really think for 3 seconds. What is the one thing you could hear injury-wise that you would say, you know what, don't even watch this year?
If something happened to Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
For what, though?
What do you mean for what?
The whole season?
Even if he missed 15 starts, missed half a season.
Over. You think that's the one thing?
What would be a bigger detriment if they would
DJ LeMahieu
would Judge out, would stand out if you want?
Well, let's talk about how bad the lineup is without these guys. Do you think a hit to like a DJ would be worse than a hit to Cole at this point?
Without Paxton and Severino, yeah, I think maybe that would Cole would out anchoring the rotation. You already think Jordan
season.
You already think Jordan Montgomery is going to pitch you a 6 ERA. So now you don't have Garrett Cole there to anchor it.
Yeah, so now it's just J-Hap.
It's just Happ and Tanaka.
Yeah. He likes to be called J-Hap.
J-Hap.
It's J-Hap and Tanaka with a guy with his, in your mind, is going to have a 6 ERA. Yeah.
I'm not fighting you on this. I'm just asking.
The Yankees can survive if a position player goes down. We're seeing it right now. But if Cole goes down, they're digging.
Oh, do you think Judge is a blow though? Like,
no, I personally, it hurts a little bit, but I really don't see it as a blow. I think this team is deep enough to sustain.
Team is so
injury.
good and so deep that even your top 4 or 5 guys going down is fine.
No, it's not.
Obviously,
fine.
it's not fine. But I think that they can survive it and be.
I'm only asking because
the same team without Judge.
I see them winning 105 games this year.
Are you basing that because you saw them do it last year?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, partially, sure, of course.
But in my mind, I can't expect that type of replication this year.
Were we? Yeah, I guess you're
but
right.
Then maybe other guys will step up. Then
I guess you're right, Christian, because I definitely wasn't this optimistic when all these injuries kept happening last year. I definitely wasn't. We were like, there's no way they're going to, because I remember saying there's no way they can sustain this. We kept saying it over and over, and they did. So maybe it is because of last year that we're just like, yeah, they'll win. They'll be fine. It's not gonna keep repeating itself over and over. Last year was a fucking fluke, man.
That's where Gardner plays a big role because he had arguably his best season last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Is he gonna reproduce? Is Talkman gonna keep building off of his season? Is Gio gonna be the player he was in Cleveland?
You're gonna have to tell me that Clint Frazier is gonna ascend to superstar status this year to cover Aaron Judge's absence. In that,
Who?
Hey, they traded a superstar to get him.
Frazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they projected at that point in time that he was going to be a superstar, and I don't think that they erased that.
He is a superstar up at bat. He could be. Dude, do you see his bat speed?
Yeah.
That doesn't just come with any player. If this kid,
I think offensively they're fine without Judge.
If this kid could field, he would. No doubt they would have found.
They take a hit defensively, I'll say that. But I mean, I know he's a huge power guy, and he was a runner-up MVP.
Who's this?
Judge.
I say over, man.
But they have the depth.
I'm still taking the over.
And
even with all these injuries, is this the
weakest? I think I asked you guys this already, but this is a pretty weak American League East.
Yeah, because the two fringe teams are still like you're not taking them too seriously right now.
Who, Toronto
and Tampa Bay? You like
Tampa? I am taking serious.
Tampa, yeah, to a point you are, but can they win the World Series?
And don't forget Boston last year.
Can Tampa win the World Series?
Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah, they were one game away from beating the Houston Astros in the ALDS last year.
The Yankees were one game away.
I think
from
any team
taking it to a Game 7.
Yeah, okay, and they can win the World Series too. I think that any team that can has a chance to make the playoffs has a chance to win the World Series.
Yeah,
look at what the Nationals did this year.
That's fair.
They were a team down 3-1 in the 8th inning of that wild card game.
That's
they won
fair.
that game and came all the way back and won the World Series.
Should the Rays be able to beat the Yankees
in a 7-game series?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that they're better than the Yankees.
An injured Yankees team, yeah,
maybe
they could.
I think they could, but I don't think they should.
If
you're asking, are they could? Yeah, they could.
If you asked me this question before all these guys got hurt, I'm probably taking the over on 103. But I'm just not feeling that we're going to be able to replicate this type of dominance that they had with all these backups last year.
All right, before we close though, let me ask you this. What do you think the over-under is on wins to win this division this year?
Okay.
96.
That's high. So do you think the Yankees are over under 96?
Yeah, no, I just said maybe 99 to 100, but to tell me over
No, as they're constructed though, right now.
Yeah, I think
and assuming there's going to be some more blows.
Well, more blows, I don't.
Not the good kind.
All right, leave. Seriously, just go.
So do you think they can be over that?
Over 96?
Yeah.
And you're also asking, yeah, I think they could be over 96.
So you think they win the division regardless?
Yeah, but we're asking if they're going to be over 103, which I don't think they'll be over 103.
I'm just trying to gauge if you think that this team could still win the division.
I think you just asked the same question and you rephrase it, thinking that a different answer is going to come out.
No. I was asking if you thought this team, the way they're constructed, can still win the division. You said yes.
When we started this segment, I said I think maybe 99 to 100, which would still win you the division by 4 or 5 games. And then here you go asking me, what's the over-under?
I don't always listen.
What's the over-under? Do you think that you'll have to win the division by this year?
I think that's a good prediction.
And then you ask the same question 3 different ways, thinking that you're going to get a different answer. I can understand why your wife is so frustrated all the time.
I think that's a good prediction. 96. To win the division. I think that's high, though.
What National League division Yankees playing this year? Central?
The Central.
Yeah.
Is it Central?
Yeah, because they're playing the Reds, which would be interesting if Sonny Gray. I wonder if Sonny Gray is going to take the ball at Yankee Stadium.
Imagine.
Wow.
They should fucking destroy him.
Probably pitch a no-hitter.
Probably. It's all Larry's fault.
All right, so what are you going with 103 this year, over or under?
I'm taking the over, man. I'm taking my gut, 105 to 106.
Yeah, with a pitcher who's going to have a 6 ERA. That's going to pitch 25 starts, so I'm sure that's going to work out.
No, I don't think he's going to make 26 starts.
I'll take the over, too, because I don't really see that the American League got any better. Cleveland got worse, but the White Sox maybe got a bit better. The Angels might have gotten a little bit better, but this division, I mean, can you say the Red Sox are better now than they were last year? No. Blue Jays, yes. Rays, did they play above their head last year with 96 wins? I don't know, man. I still think even with all of these injuries, the Yankees on paper are better than most teams in the American League, and that's who they play.
Okay. So me and the fans are under. Chris and Ryan are over. So that'll wrap up our over-under predictions for the last 2 shows here for 2020. So, an hour and 40 minutes into the show is not when I should be asking for this, but if there's any other players that maybe you want us to do an over-under on, leave a 5-star rating and review, and we'll and let us know the player, and we'll talk about it next week. If not, then I think we're done with the over-unders.
Can we just recap my bet again?
Your bet is that Jordan Montgomery has to make 20 starts, and if he does, then he has to, if he pitches to a sub-5 ERA, then you have to get a heart tattoo with Monty 47 in the center of it on your right butt cheek.
Okay.
Okay?
How do I get to at least sign off on the size?
It has to be, you have to be able to read it.
Yeah.
It has to be, you have to be able to read it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I don't
Draw
know.
a design out.
I'll draw it.
At least
He's going to have a fucking Cy Young.
you see where it says clip 3 Stanton here?
Yeah.
The rest of this paper?
Okay, that's fair.
It's got to be at least that big,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
That's fair?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we going to film it?
Can we show the camera?
Yeah.
Show the camera.
No.
I don't know if you could read
It's
it.
got to be under the clip 3.
Yeah, under clip 3.
Boom.
That size. I think that's fair. And it's not going to be, and we're not going to color in the heart, just like a nice red outline of the heart, and then Monty.
I think you should color it.
Monty in nice cursive, and then 47.
I think the heart should be colored in.
Okay, if you really want to go that deep into it.
And listen, if I'm going to make a bet here, I'm going to make a bet.
All right, so there you go.
I put my money where my mouth is.
Well, speaking of money, we're trying to get money from the fans. Are you gonna hook them up with some a promo code and some new merch this week?
Yeah.
Because this is we talked about this last week, and I just think it's becoming a thing here now.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I had crazy weeks, bro. I was
Okay.
in Florida.
Yeah. I know you got corona. Yeah.
Corona.
He's got
coronavirus
Okay.
all over the place.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I don't think we need to drag this on any further than it already is here. This is probably one of our longest shows to date. We thank you very much for sticking with it.
Great show.
But I think there, again, there's just stuff to hash out here, and with the injuries and the over-unders. So I don't know really where next week is going to take us, but it will take us somewhere as we start to inch.
Maybe we'll get some Red Sox news next week.
Do you think we'll finally have a week where we can be excited for the season to start?
No, because I'm sure somebody like LeMay will strike out twice in a game, and
He'll get
people,
booed.
people want to get rid of him. So we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens, and I'm sure we'll come up with something to fill airtime with next week. There's always something going on in Major League Baseball, especially with the New York Yankees. So that's where we'll be. Please follow us on Twitter at NYY Sports Talk. Go to the website to what is it? Shop. Is it just it's
NYYSportsTalk.com/shop.
Maybe Chris will have a new T-shirt and a promo code for you Monday. But if not, there's still plenty of good merch there for you to pick up as we get closer to the season. All right, so that'll do it for episode 169. Thank you for listening. Stat Guy Rye.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Peace.